Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today we are going to start the basics of mathematics. Uh, Mathematics code code is 4024 for O levels and 0580 for IGCSE. Uh, for both IGCSE and O level students, the duration of P1 is 2 hours, and uh, and the marks are 100 marks, and the weightage is 50%. 50% because every paper is of 100 marks, and the P1 is a non-calculated and the P2 is calculated, all right, and both add up to 200 marks. Now, how to score an A star in mathematics 4024 or 0580? First of all, you have to complete the syllabus, and if you don't have enough command on the syllabus, still you can get an A star, but that depends on your luck. So it's better to have a command on every topic of mathematics, and secondly, you have to complete all the topical worksheets that I'm going to provide you so that you can practice it more and become sharp in it. All right, and then uh, you should follow all the tips and tricks given by me so that you can apply it all in the paper, apply all in the yearly papers. How you're going to do the yearly papers. uh, Basically you have to do at least 5 years of yearly past papers, and this is for the A star students. If you are like a if you know you can score distinction, and even if your math is not well enough, you can easily you can easily score an A star, but it is you have to apply everything, you have to execute everything as planned in the exam, then you can get an A star and maybe a distinction as well. All right. So for a distinction student, he should do at least 10 years of yearly past papers. And basically, in the new pattern, as the pattern has changed, now the paper has uh, each paper has become of 100 marks. You're not going to find as such practice material. But what you have to understand is that the papers that I'm going to provide you, the practice papers, the yearly practice papers, you can definitely uh, solve them and do easy practice, which is okay. So what basically you oh, my screen got stuck, I think. Yeah, sorry for that. So what you understand is that what you're going to do by practicing yearly papers, it is the practice of time management. It's not a big headache in P2, but it's a headache in P1. Many students, especially in my batch, as it was the first paper, uh, they basically could not attempt the whole paper. They couldn't even go to like question number 25 because they were uh, overconfident about the time. They thought that there was too much time for the paper, and they couldn't complete it in time. So what you have to practice in yearly past papers is the time management. All that time management is the key uh, the key thing that you have to understand while doing yearly past papers. All right. So I thought I sent the poll on the community, and the most voted the most voted topic of all was two. So that's why I've chosen chapter two to start. So now, in chapter two, algebra and graphs, you have to understand that how that you should know the letters that are used to represent a generalized numbers. Now, what are these generalized numbers? These are variables and constants. Now, variables are are those values that can change. Like for example, x first had one, now it has two. So now it can constantly change, all right. But the constants do contain a fixed value. Now the fixed value, like for example, x is equal to 4, you can say y is equal to 3. Now these are not going to change at all. But over here they are going to change. So you just need to know the basic concept of this. Uh it's not obligatory for you, but if you just know it, if you just know it, you're going to easily if you it will be easier for you to solve the questions, all right. So if you don't understand right now, it's not a big headache. You're going to know it soon. Many just don't even teach this. I'm just making a base. So inshallah, in tomorrow's class, tomorrow the next class, Again, the screen went. Yeah, so what I was saying in the next class, inshallah, we're going to the start the substitution and elimination method um, to solve the value for the values of x and y. So that's why to make the basics of that topic, I just what's the problem? Yeah, so I was saying that to make the basis of the topic of finding the value of x and y, basically the substitution and elimination method, I just wanted wanted you to solve these questions. You can answer me in the chat if you want. I'm going to solve that. All right. So the first question is pretty simple. I think this is like a grade 4 or grade 3 question. So what you're going to do, you have to basically just substitute this value of x inside x and take out the value of y. All right. So let me just do that. It's 24 plus y is equal to 2. All right. And then y is equal to minus 2. Now, it now whatever I did over here, it might be like a piece of cake for some people, and it might be like, uh, what have I done over here? Like some student might be thinking. So what I've done is that I just took this four over here, all right, and I after I took this four over there, like whenever we change the value from one side of a equal for to the other side, it the sign changes and it will become minus 4. Now 2 minus 4 is minus 2. So this is pretty basic maths, all right. Now what we have to understand is that, let me go to next question. In the next question, you just have to place y is equal to 9 in place of 9 in place of y, all right. So yeah, internet is going doing quite a issue over here. So inshallah, in the next class, it's not going to be an issue. So we have to place y is equal to 9 in this equation. So let's do that. X minus 2 is equal to 9, and x is equal to 9. After this 2 goes to the other side, the sign is going to change, and it is going to be 9 plus 2, and the answer will be x is equal to 11. Come on. Yeah. So if you have any questions, you may ask me on the chat. It's always available for you, and I'm going to answer. Yeah, so x is going to become 11, all right. So now what is this over here? Like the value of x is changing. So this is basically, what is it? Is it a constant or a variable? Yeah. So now we have another question, another type of question. Now this is pretty easy. If we just substitute the value of y into y, it's going to be x squared minus 6 is equal to 3. Now we are going to take the 6 on the other side. It is going to be 9. And when we are going to apply under root, whenever there is a square, whenever there is a square, we apply under root. All right. And whenever there is an under root, we apply square to cancel out both. All right. Now, what is the root of 9? It's 3. To be more precise, we normally like the positive values, but it's better for mathematics for A levels also to write plus and minus. So it is going to be x is equal to plus and minus 3, right? Now, so another topic we have to learn here is it's a part of the basic of mathematics, and you should have command in it so that you can solve questions easily. Now, this is the identities that you should know. The first identity is a plus b whole square, right? So this is the first identity that you guys should know, and you should know the expansion of it. Like a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. But what happens if there is a minus in between? So you're just going to change the sign. You're just going to change this sign, all right? So instead of learning these two as separate identities, you can just remember that that uh, that you can just change the sign. So basically, a minus b square is basically equal to a square minus 2ab plus b square. So that's another identity. Another identity is a square minus b square. So there is like this and this are like two different things. So you have to keep that in mind. Now a square minus b square is equal to a plus b and a minus b. Now I've got some exercises set up for you, so you may solve them. The first one is this. It's quite obvious. Yeah. So what I was saying, I've got some exercises set up for you guys. So you may answer them in the chat, and I'm solving them with you. So the first one is what is x minus y whole square? Now x minus y whole square is basically if we apply the identity. So this is a and this is b. So once you identify what is a and b, it's like a piece of cake for everyone, and we can solve that easily. So it's x square minus 2xy plus y square. So you can even check from here, it's exactly the same. Now, if we do another one, but this has plus in between. So basically, what does the plus indicate? It indicates that the identity of x plus y whole square is going to be applied. So inshallah, I'm going to send a sheet of the identities as well, so you can practice that. And I just want to tell you guys one thing, that how much you practice the basics, it the harder questions will become easier for you. Those students who do not like practice the basics, they basically they couldn't solve the harder questions. So that's another thing. And I also want to tell you another thing, that the session of 2026 May June is going to be way harder than 2025. If you just look at the paper 2025, it is much easier because it was like the first paper. All right. So you have to be prepared for that, and for that that you should know how to solve the harder questions. All right. So inshallah we are going to go through that as well. Now, what is the expansion of this? It's going to be x squared plus, now if I just make it easy for you, it is going to be 2ab. This is 4, and this is going to be plus b square. So what is final answer? The final answer is the final answer is x square plus 8x plus 16. All right. Now, same goes for over here also. I'm just going to do this directly. So it's going to be 4y, and this is going to be plus 4. All right. Now, how are we going to solve this? Screen is gone again, officially. Ah. What's going on? There are only 8 minutes left for this meeting, so inshallah, we're going to wrap it up in 8 minutes. I don't know what's going on. 2 seconds. Yes, how did I solve this? 80 minus 80 minus 50 square, 80 square minus 50 square. I had a question over here, so I just applied identity 80 plus 15, 80 minus 50. So I got 130 and I got 30. Now, by applying multiplication, you can just find out the answer. We have only 5 minutes left, so I'm just going to do this as fast as I can. 130 and multiply by 30. So 0, 0, 0, and 3 zeros is 0. But 3 zeros will come over here, it comes over here. 3 zeros is 0, 3 is a 9, and 3 ones are 3. So what is it is equal to 3900. So this is the answer, 3900. Now let's come to the next one. We have only two questions left, and we have war with time. So x minus a and x plus a. What is this equal to? It is basically, you should know that this is a, this is b, this is a, this is b. So what is this equal to? It is equal to x square minus a square. All right. Now another question. It's a similar one. You just apply the formula z square minus 8z plus 16. So what we have to understand in these identities is that either there is a plus or a minus before, and after there is a plus sign. Just let me explain what I'm trying to convey. Uh, Only 4 minutes left. So we already solved this question. So this was like a practice sheet for us. Inshallah, I'm going to send you more questions. So you should solve them so that your base, you have a command in your base, all right? So what you understand here in the identities is that apart from this identity, you have to understand that when there's a minus over here, there's a minus over here. And when there's a plus over here, there's a plus over here. So that's an easy way to remember the identity, but I don't think so you need to just memorize it like any like vocabulary or something, you have to practice it so much that it's faded in your mind, and you can easily apply it when needed. All right. So this was the class for today. Allah Hafiz.